They can even have a church up to 1,000 members. I have been there myself. I used to have those churches. I used to have a church which was over 300, a church. I used to have another church which was over 700. And I can tell you that it is not God. God is not there. It is just witchcraft, gymnastics. It is acting. It is we can do things which are amazing just to show people that we have God. So these are things which I have gone through, and I can open my mouth and tell you plainly that be careful. Ghana is the place where they go and get powers. And there is a place in Ghana, I think it is in Benin. There is a small country called Benin. There is a small village near an ocean. It is called Cotonou. If you can check in your map, you will see that country. It's an isolated country, Benin, and there is Cotonou. Cotonou is a place where Kenyan pastors, they go to get powers. I almost went there. Myself, I have gone to Nigeria and other places. But I almost went to Cotonou, but I did not make it. There was a problem with my visa. But in Cotonou there is where they get magic rings, where they get swords, and even where they get, there is magic books. There is a book that is magical, and some of the books, they call it the Book of Enoch, they call it something like that, either the Book of Enoch, the Book of Susanna, but they are not apocryphas. These are books which are actually ordained for witchcraft only, and it's not, they are sold. Actually, the book is very costly, very costly. So when you get that book, then you can come and recite the prayers of whatever you want. It has got, there are books which have 21 prayers. There are others which you even have up to 36 prayers, depending on what you are doing. If you are doing business, even people who are doing big business, they own those books. People have restaurants, people have people who are doing business in many spaces. They can even go there and get us. Even the politicians, they buy these books. So you find that in that region in Ghana, there are so many activities which are taking place, but mostly it is towards sorcery. It is towards sorcery. So many pastors travel there to go and get this stuff so that they can come and use the same stuff. Even the issue of Shakahola is connected with the Ghana issue. I think that one is a story for another day. But if you check deeply, you will discover that the issue of Shakahola and the Ghana thing is really connected. They wanted to bring such kind of a shrine here in Kenya, in Mombasa, in Shakahola, but unfortunately it backfired. But in Ghana, it is there, very active, and the whole world, especially the Africans, they flock to that place to go and get powers. And once they step in those places, when they come back, they are never the same. They have dynamic powers, and we just start wondering, wow, the man of God. It is the man of God from Ghana. So once they come from Ghana, they are no longer the same. They can do things which are very mysterious. They can pull the crowd, and they can do a lot of things because those powers are real. I have tested them and I have seen they are real powers. We went to open a church in a certain place, and as we were opening this church, it was a plot given to us, and before the church was constructed, there was something like a grave that was dug, and it was at midnight. Now you go there for prayers, you surround the place, and they take a live sheep and they bury it in that particular hall. It was something so weird that I have never seen in the Bible. I've never seen it anywhere, such a thing in the Bible. And this live sheep, they say that when you are, after you have it is buried, it will rot. Actually, it will rot, and in the decomposition, as it decomposes, there are maggots which will be produced. So the more the maggots during the decomposition of this particular animal that has been buried alive, the more the maggots, the more the members. The more the maggots, the more the members. And to confirm the thing, actually, when the church opens, it doesn't start with a few people. The church people will flock in that church as never before, and it will become a mega church within very few months, something that really shocked me a lot. But I came to learn about the repercussion of what is happening, like the burying of the live sheep. It has got a repercussion which is very serious. Like you can go to a church and you find that people die because, after the decomposition of this sheep, the maggots will increase in number and the sheep will disintegrate. That means it will completely decompose, and then the maggots will now start feeding on each other, and then after that the maggots will die completely. Now, what will happen after the maggots are over and the sheep has actually decomposed completely? What will happen is that the members in that church will start dying one by one. Now, sometimes you go to church and you feel like your problems have increased. You now have a lot of problems. Even before you came to the church, you were okay, but now you have come to the church and they are promising all these good things, that you are going to see miracles, you are going to be okay, but then the things turns negative. You start suffering again, and you find that because the way that sheep was buried, the way it suffered, that sheep is not just a sheep as you think. It actually represents the members who are going to come in this church. And these members who are going to come in this church are going to suffer in one way or another. And that's why you discover that in some churches, people suffer a lot. You go to a church, you feel that you have a severe headache, an non-stop headache, and you wonder, why is it that when I go to the church, it's when my problem worsens? It is because on that particular altar, there is a ritual that has been performed. And these demonic rituals are so powerful because life is spiritual. Life is spiritual. So any demonic ritual that has been practiced on the altar, it will always affect the members who go in that church. So whether you become a member of that church or not, if you just go there and sit under that particular altar of that man of God, it will affect you in one way or another. You will find yourself being affected. So sometimes these rituals which are practiced in the churches, they claim that we want to hold members in this church. And you find that the members who come in that church, they are not only church members, but they become obsessed with that church in such a way that you will never tell him or her about what the pastor has done. They can even kill you because they become so obsessed in that church. Like you look at the person, like a woman can even the woman can choose even to do what, to reject her marriage completely and stay with the pastor. I've had cases whereby a woman tells her husband, I rather remain in the church. If you want to go and leave me alone. I will be in this church, because she is obsessed. She has been manipulated and she has been brainwashed in such a way that she cannot hear anybody. She can't hear. She's not ready to listen to anybody, because that church, whatever has happened there, it has made her to be obsessed. She's like possessed now. And you can't tell her anything, especially women. You can't tell her anything. She will die with that church or with that pastor. all of a sudden they want crowds. They are actually practicing to be crowd pullers, so that people will come to the church. Within a few months, you have a mega church. You have a church that is going up to 1,000 members. Now, to do that, they have to copy what is happening in Ghana and in Nigeria.